Thank you for watching the Eyes Open Network. Now we have some breaking news. This just in. U.S. President Barack Obama orders boots on the ground in Syria and Iraq. Now, this comes from us from multiple sources now breaking all over the internet as well as mainstream media. Obama's Defense Secretary Ashton Carter told the Senate Armed Services Committee today that the United States will begin direct action on the ground in Syria and Iraq. Carter and the Pentagon officials initially refused to characterize the rescue missions as U.S. boots on the ground last week. However, Carter said last week as well that the military expects more raids of this kind, and the rescue mission represents the continuation of our advice and assist mission. This may mean American soldiers will be in harm's way, no question about it, Carter said last week. After months of denying that U.S. troops would be in combat role in Iraq, Carter late last week, in a response to a question posed by NBC News, also acknowledged that the situation U.S. soldiers found themselves in during the raid in Hawija was combat. This is combat and things are complicated, end quote, Carter said. Do you think? Well, folks, this is one more step closer to a global conflict in the Middle East. Now, with this recent statement by Barack Obama through Ashton Carter to put boots on the ground in Syria and Iraq, we don't know to what extent that is going to entail. I'm assuming smaller rather than larger off the beginning. But just think about what's going on right now. We got Russia there. We got Syria there. We got all kinds of terrorist groups there. We got CIA-funded terrorist group, moderate rebels, if you will, or moderate terrorists, not so bad terrorists because they're funded by the U.S. government. You got China, the U.S. buzzing China ships in the South China Sea. You have Russia sending, China sending warships to Florida. Now, of course, that's a little bit of a different story, or is it? We got to keep an eye on all of this kind of stuff, right? And now the United States, I'm not even finishing there yet. You got Iran has troops in there. You have Yemen. Yemen. There's battling going on there with Saudi Arabia performing attacks there. You have Israel, the Palestinians knifing Israelis. The IDF, the Israeli Defense Forces, killing Palestinians back. You got all of this going on at the same time. And now, like I said today, boots on the ground, American forces are going back on the ground in larger quantities now. Where's this going? Let me hear your comments. What's going on? Again, we're trying to report on everything we possibly can here in the Eyes Open Network in fairness as a platform. Not just one-sided swayed one way or the other. We don't love Russia. We don't love China. We don't love what America is doing in other sovereign countries. We want peace. This is scary, folks, and this is one step closer to the road to World War III. Let's hear your comments in the section below. Is this going to escalate further? Do you guys notice it picking up like we're noticing it here? More and more tension gathering. Although October was relatively quiet up until about the last week or so, and now all of a sudden things are getting really scary and a little shaky, folks. Someone just has their finger on the trigger and pulls it by accident. We never know what we could end up with here. So again, share your comments below. Like the video if you like the content that we're providing here. And most importantly, subscribe to our channel for future updates as we bring them to you from the Eyes Open Network. Thanks again for watching.